I remember the sound first. Ice clinking in a glass, laughter too loud for the room. We were standing at the edge of the company mixer, her hand loosely looped through my arm like a habit she'd already begun to forget. Her boss leaned in, smile sharp, confidence careless. He didn't look at me when he spoke, not once. "Dinner tomorrow?" he asked her. "Just us?" The room didn't go quiet. I did. She glanced at me, a half second, not for permission, for calculation. Then she smiled at him, the one I used to think was mine. "Sure," she said. That was the moment everything in me went still. I didn't react, didn't flinch, didn't speak. I let go of her hand. She didn't notice. That night she slept easily beside me. I stared at the ceiling and listened to my own breathing, slow and even, like a man already burying something. We hadn't always been like this. Once, she used to tell people I was her safe place, that I made the noise of the world fade. We built routines, Sunday mornings, shared passwords, inside jokes whispered in grocery store aisles. She used to touch my wrist when she talked, like she needed to anchor herself. I believed in that version of us. I invested in it, emotionally, financially, legally. That's the part people misunderstand about men like me. We don't rage when we're hurt. We inventory. I supported her career when it was small and uncertain, helped her prep for interviews, coached her on negotiations. I knew her industry better than she realized. I listened when she talked about office politics, about her boss, how intimidating he was, how powerful. I saw the hunger in her eyes before she ever saw it herself. The betrayal didn't announce itself all at once. It leaked. Late nights, phone turned face down, a new laugh she didn't share with me. The dinner turned into work drinks. The drinks turned into weekends I wasn't invited to. She stopped asking about my day, stopped needing reassurance. I noticed everything. I just stopped commenting. Then came the email. She forgot to log out of our shared tablet. One message preview was enough. Not explicit, not yet, just familiar, comfortable, intimate in a way that only people who have already crossed the line can be. I felt the pain then, sharp, clean, and just as quickly it crystallized into something else. Focus. I didn't confront her. That would have been a waste. Instead, I began to prepare. I pulled financial records, quietly separated accounts, reviewed the prenuptial clause she'd laughed at years ago, called it unromantic. I consulted a lawyer under the guise of estate planning, updated beneficiaries, locked down assets. I hired a private investigator, not because I needed proof for myself, but because I would need it later for people who mattered. I documented timelines, cross-referenced expense reports with hotel receipts, saved everything, screenshots, dates, patterns. I learned about her boss, too, his reputation, his blind spots, his appetite. I found the skeletons he assumed were buried deep enough to stay quiet. Conflict of interest violations, misuse of company funds, a habit of promoting women he slept with, HR complaints settled quietly. I didn't rush. Revenge, like architecture, collapses best when weight is applied slowly and precisely. At home, I remained unchanged, calm, present, supportive. I listened when she spoke about him, watched her lie without blinking. She mistook my silence for weakness. That was her final error. I submitted an anonymous compliance report to the board, complete with documentation they couldn't ignore. Simultaneously, my lawyer filed motions she wouldn't see coming. The investigator's report went to HR, with names, dates, and corroboration. I booked a dinner reservation, the same restaurant where she'd gone with him the first time. I told her we needed to talk. She arrived smiling, distracted, glowing with borrowed confidence. He was already under investigation by then, he just didn't know it yet. I slid my phone across the table. "Read," I said. Her smile faltered as she scrolled. Messages, photos, expense trails. Her hands started to shake. "I can explain." "I know," I said. "That's why I planned." She tried anger next, then tears, then bargaining. I watched it all like a man observing weather he'd already accounted for. Outside, her boss was being escorted out of his office, security badge revoked, laptop confiscated. By morning, his name would be scrubbed from the company website. She reached for me. I stood. "I loved you," I said, and meant it. "But you loved what you thought I was." The company made a statement. Lawyers moved fast. Non-disclosure agreements didn't save him. They never do when evidence is airtight. She lost her position too, not officially for the affair, for failure to disclose a conflict of interest. It sounds cleaner that way. Friends took sides. Most drifted when the truth surfaced. Her family stopped calling me. Mine never stopped. She tried to meet me weeks later, said she finally understood, said she hadn't known who I really was. We sat across from each other in silence. She looked smaller, quieter. The confidence she borrowed from him had evaporated. "Now you do," I said. Her smile died then, completely, like a light switched off in an empty room. "I don't feel guilt. I feel closure. Betrayal teaches you what love costs when it's wasted on the wrong person. Revenge, when done properly, isn't loud. It's not cruel. It's corrective. I didn't destroy her. I simply removed the illusion she was standing on. And I walked away with everything she underestimated."